welcome back to my channel. So today's vlog is going to be slightly different to my normal competition eventing vlogs. So if you watched my latest videos, you'll know that I've been having a couple of problems with Corey and she's been stopping. So I actually watched Corey and with my mum riding her a couple of days ago with my trainer, and we noticed that Corey is not right behind. So she is dropping her left hind when she goes round left corners and is struggling to sort of step through. She was even slightly losing her balance. So Corey is lame behind, which explains why the poor thing hasn't wanted to jump. I feel a little bit sad that I didn't notice sooner, but then I suppose I'm not a vet myself. I have been, you know, riding her myself, so it's harder to see, and she isn't lame on the straight, but anyway, we have noticed it now, so the next stage is to investigate and then come up a bit of an action plan going forwards. So my amazing sponsor Strides Vet Physio is actually en route to me today. It's Sunday, so she is absolutely amazing to fit me in because she is absolutely chock-a-block at the moment due to lockdown. So we will see what Emily thinks and go from there. I'm so lucky to be sponsored by Strides because I can always just message her and be like, oh, does she look quite right here? Been so useful over the years, and obviously physio is really important to keep the horses looking and feeling well. So I will show you guys some clips from the physio session and we will go from there, but hopefully I'll have a bit more of a plan with what to do and to know a bit more about what's wrong with her, because I can see the symptoms but I'm not really sure where the problems are coming from. Could be hip or pelvis. So yeah, we shall see. I've got it slightly in my head that I think I know when she did it. So a couple of days before Hartbury, Mocha had to come into the stables next to Corey's field for the vet for her sarcoid. So Mocha normally lives the other side of the property, so Corey got really excited about this and was jumping in between fields. So normal side fence, slippy fields, she was absolutely pounding it, running round and round and round and hopping over the fence to get closer to Mocha. So I feel like that all makes sense, but we'll see what Emily says when she comes to see her. So I will check in with you guys in a bit. I don't think we've lunched her since she was 4. Good girl. Okay, thank you. And a little trot.
Okay, thank you. Let's have a look the other way.
She's not comfortable, is she? I think this is more lame than she has been.
Okay, fabulous. And a lot of trot, please.
Thank you.
Okay, fabulous.
Oh, it's going to take her attention now, isn't it?
She does look straight, does she?
So a lot better. A lot better.
So Emily has just left. We had a full physio session, and the improvement from before when we trotted her up to after was really, really good. So we have concluded that we're pretty sure she has pulled slightly her sacroiliac and sort of lumbar area of her back by prattling around in the field. So we don't think that there's anything else going on yet, but that will also become more apparent in the next couple of weeks. So I've got some homework to just lightly hack her for the next 5 days. Do some hamstring stretches, use her heat pad on her lumbar area and on the sacroiliac, and then we'll go from there in a week's time. So if she's improved and is moving better, or at least as well as she is now, then that's good news. If we don't see an improvement, then the next thing will be to get the vet out. But fingers crossed. It was just a bit of a sprain or a pull by being silly in the field like I thought. But yeah, really pleased that Emily came out so quickly to see her, and that I've got some answers and a bit of a plan to go forwards with. So I will probably check back in with you guys over the next week to see how she's doing. Yeah, and hopefully it won't be much more than this, and we'll be back out. But it is, oh, Corey, it is lockdown, so we're not going to be doing much. So it's not the worst timing to have a bit of a quiet few weeks and build her up slowly and go from there. So massive thank you to Emily from Strides Vet Physio for coming out. It's really taken a load off my mind, and I feel like, you know, we've got a bit of a plan, and that we'll get through this, don't we, Corey? So we're going to keep her in work to stop her playing in the field, because nobody needs Corey to play. No. So I'll see you guys next time I check in. Good morning. So I thought I'd check in. It is Tuesday morning and Corey and I go out on a little stroll. So we've got 5 days of hacking to sort of quietly keep her in work, keep her moving and keep her brain occupied, because naughty Corey horse will probably hurt herself again if she's not kept busy. So Mum rode her yesterday, I'm riding her today obviously, and we're going to take it in turns this week because we both work full time, so it's much easier to share it. But yeah, I got out quite early today. I was on by 8 o'clock, which is quite good for me. I'm not a morning person at all, but it's actually really nice. It's not bright and sunny, but it's quite mild, so I am feeling quite good for getting up and getting out. Had a really bad night's sleep, so actually I think a little hack is probably what I needed to wake me up and actually be able to do some work this afternoon. So Corey feels great. We've actually just turned around, which she doesn't like doing. She doesn't like going home, which I don't know what that says about us, but she was absolutely stomping out this morning, just happy to be alive, happy to be out. That's my Corey horse, isn't it, girl? But yeah, she's suddenly gone quite quiet. Don't want to go home. So yeah, we'll just carry on for the next couple of days of the hacking, and then at the weekend Emily said to try her in the school, obviously a nice easy session, and I might just pop her on the lunge because obviously we filmed her lunging when Emily came over, and it'd be quite interesting to see whether there's an improvement. So yeah, I will probably check in with you guys next at the weekend, and we'll see how she is and go from there. Look at this, guys. So pretty. I got some llamas again. So much nicer when the sun's out, isn't it, girl? You want to lick the floor or something? Go on then. Corey, you're just the weirdest little horse. She is actually, I can hear it, dragging her nose on the floor. So peaceful, isn't it, girl? Hi everyone, I'm just about to go for a ride on Corey, and I thought I'd show you some of the products that I use to help warm her back up when I am tacking her up. I am very lucky to be sponsored by Epiony, who do a number of therapy products, one of which is this heat pad. So it is totally flexible, you can put it in multiple places on the body, but I generally put it towards the back of the saddle when I am tacking up to help warm the back muscles. And obviously in our physio session with Strides Vet Physio, we found out that this area here is a little bit sore, so the heat pad really helps reduce the tension in that area and warm the muscles up. So the best thing to do with the heat pad is actually to put something on it to keep the heat under the pad and stop any of it escaping above. So I use my lovely Protect Master exercise sheet, which is also infrared itself, so it is helping warm her up as well. So I have also been riding in my lovely Protect Master Numnar, which has infrared technology which helps increase the oxygen to the muscles. So that is my sort of setup. I'm not actually going to ride in the Protect Master's exercise sheet today because it's really quite mild, but once Corey's had another clip I will definitely be putting that on. I've also been using my Epiony heat wand, so these little prongs heat up to the temperature that you set on the display. You can also turn on the red light setting. Red light is really good for healing, and you can also have it so that it vibrates. So I use the heat wand on the areas that Emily said were a bit sore or a bit sort of blocked and tight, and the heat helps loosen those areas up. So I'm using it on the base of her neck, which is one of the areas that had gone a bit sort of solid and tight. So using it on her glutes to sort of engage them and massage out any sore spots. So those are the products that I use to keep Corey comfy. I'm very lucky to be sponsored by some awesome companies, and also to have Harry Hall gift me the saddle pad and the exercise sheet. So if you are interested in any of these products, I will drop a link in the description.
I missed that.
Corey! Ooh. Ooh. Hi everyone, so quick update after lunging Corey yesterday. So I sent all the videos to Emily from Strides Vet Physio, who kindly watched them for me, and we both agreed that she is looking a lot better than last week. I wouldn't say she's 100% better because she was still a little bit lame on the left when she first started out. But it was much more mild than last week, and her tight turns were pretty much normal for Corey. And after she'd had a bit of a rodeo session bouncing around, she looked pretty sound on the right reins. So it's really good news that everything is on the right track. I'm still going to be fairly careful with her for the next few weeks. I mean, we're in lockdown anyway, so probably just going to hack her and do the odd schooling session, and I will check in again with Emily in a week's time and go from there. So it does just show how important it is to have a good physio on board for routine checks and improvements, but also so that you have someone you can call like I did when Corey was feeling a bit off. Obviously if she hadn't improved we would have got the vet out, but it was nice to make significant improvements ourselves and not need to go down that route. So if anybody is looking for a new physio, Emily is based in Shropshire and she travels 50-mile radius from Shropshire, so check her website out if you are anywhere near us. but if you're not, then I would recommend finding somebody in your area. I have been sponsored by Emily for about 2 years now, and honestly it has been the best time for me because I have had so many problems with Mocha, and more recently with Corey, and Emily has always been so helpful, and we've managed to sort most of them out and keep the horses comfy. So yeah, I'd really recommend finding somebody to have routine visits. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope it was interesting to see sort of what happens when you have a physio visit and the rehab afterwards, and hopefully I will check in with you guys next week or the week after with some more vlogs. Thank you, everyone.